This is the end, my friend. Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to Mumbocraft. Today is episode 14, I believe, and we are starting it off over here in the end portal room. As you can see, it's still very vanilla. It's just as it was when it was discovered. It hasn't been decorated or anything like that. I was running through here the other day and thought, oh, maybe it needs decorating. So that is what we're going to be working on today. I've got permission from people on the server and stuff. I have put a post up in the subreddit. There might be a couple of people coming along to help me, which will be fun. Got a pretty good idea of what I'm going to be doing in here. Kind of going almost with the same kind of theme, but changing it up a little bit. There were calls to use the purple blocks and the end stone and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not that confident with building with them at the moment, so I'm going to stick with what I know. And hopefully we can make this room look really pretty and chuck a couple of things in here to make it interesting and stuff like that. My first job, however, is to get out of F5 mode and look at the ceiling and to kind of dig it out, because I want this room to be quite big and airy and light. Not like this. We do have a slight problem in the fact that somebody has got a safe drop here. I believe it's actually from their base. So I don't know whether I'm going to ask very politely if they can move it, or whether I'm going to try and incorporate it into the build. So that's that. So this room is just going to be for the portal. Back here on the other side of the portal, what we're going to be doing is creating like a bedroom, lots of chests and storage and stuff like that for when people want to go and fight the Ender Dragon. So that's going to be in there, and that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. But my first job is to is that a spawner block? Not sure. My first job is to dig this place out to make it nice and open so that I can get to work. Hopefully there's some rooms around this so I'm not just digging through solid stone, although from the looks of it, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get on with that, and I shall bring you back in when I have made myself some progress. Catch you in a bit, guys. Okay guys, first progress update. I have dug a big hole. That's about it. It's taken me a little while, so yeah, I didn't think you'd really want to come back in and see me digging, etc. So I've just gone ahead and done it all. We might make the centre of the roof up here a little bit higher up. It kind of depends how all of the decoration fits in with it. I've also moved the portal slightly just so it's in line with this portal. Next job is to raise the floor up to this level. Kind of want the end portal to be slightly raised but not too raised, and I think 2 blocks is a pretty good height for it. So I'm going to do this. Muchos fun. And I will bring you in when that is all completed. Catch you guys in a second. Bye! Okie dokie everybody, we're back. As you can see, I've put in the floor, and it looks like over here we got a bit of a biome change, which I think might work out in our favour. Also might not. We'll see at the end. But yeah, all the floors in. I've been playing around with this. It's not finished yet at all. I've just been playing out with stairs and slabs up here. And I think it's really nice that you get to see kind of the top of this block. Here it's like a 3 height difference. which I think is quite a cool effect. So that is that done. I've also been planning these things out here. These are going to be the start of some archways that go up and come back down, obviously, because that's what archways do. We're also going to recess another archway inside of it, which I think is going to look nice. And we'll put some funky ass redstone behind some lights to make them do something cool, but we'll see that in hopefully later this episode. Fingers crossed. If I can get this done quick enough. If not, it'll be coming next episode, which is out on Wednesday. Yeah, so not really sure. Should we? Yeah, let's have a little go at building one of these things on camera. Now, I haven't planned it out at all because, as most of you know, I build freehand and kind of see what happens. Do you know what I should have done? I should have got myself some ender pearls. I might pop through the portal in a minute and grab myself some. So let's hop up here. Is that level? One more, and then we will go in one and hop up 2, maybe 3, and then hop up a... nope, we're just going to fall down. Let's take a step back and see how that's looking so far. I think that's actually quite a good height. Maybe go up one more block on that side. Let's do that. Put some scaffolding in. Right, so we're coming up one more there, which means we can take that out. Oh, and then let's put one more block there. Let's scoot over to the other side here and do the same. One more, lovely. So that's one more there, and then 1, 2, and 3. And then hop up a little bit more and go 1, 2, 2, and then here 1. Do I have any more stone bricks? Of course I don't. Why would I? Let's just chuck in some mossy then. So we're going up like that. And then that's the last one there, I believe. Let's just put some torches up here so that we can actually see this from the ground. And work our way back down. Put some torches here to stop spawns. And what side? That side. So let's take that out. And that. There we go. And we'll take a step back again and see what this is looking like. Archtastic. What we're going to be doing is putting in some stairs in the corner just so it looks a little rounded. But I think that's pretty good. Right. In that case, I'm going to build those there, and here. And we'll see what that looks like when it's done. Catch you guys in a second. Bye-bye. Okay, boys and girls. Oh, I'm in the water. That's a good way to start a clip. Okay, so we're back in. I have been a little bit busy. So I've done the archways, and I'm pretty happy with them. Might change out the interior detail there. I'm not entirely sure. But I think it gives the room a bit more depth to it, having it back one. It kind of gives it a structure and everything like that. What I've also been doing is these things in the corners here, which I think are really beginning to bring the room together. They're once again adding a nice structure to it. We're going to go up, I think, 1, maybe 2 more blocks in the centre there. So these will all meet up in the middle. So almost like a church cloistery kind of thing. But the room is definitely beginning to take shape. It's definitely going in the direction that I want it to. Been playing around with slabs and stuff up there just to try and give the thing a little bit more shape to it, kind of a little flow. Not sure how well that's working. Might bring those slabs down 1 more. Not entirely sure whether I want to, but I might just do it. I'll tell you what, I'll play with it on a couple of the other ones, and then I will see. But that's my progress so far. I think I'm going to do a little bit more playing with the design, and I'll bring you back in when I've got something a little bit more solid. So I will catch you guys in a second. Bye. Righty-ho, everybody. We are back. Another progress update. I've been doing some stuff. So as you can see, we've got these corner features in here using black stained clay as a background block, and then just a bit of netherrack down there, set on fire, iron bars so that nobody dies. I think that's quite a cool effect. I might take that out. I'm not entirely sure, but I do quite like it. It adds a bit of, once again, a little bit of depth to the build. Then the columns come up, and I think actually we saw these in the last clip, didn't we? Probably. And I've started to do the ceiling. That's as far as this kind of blockwork's going to go. And then obviously it meets up in the centre there with a nice little lighting feature. I'm going to have to sort out the light down here because unfortunately the fire doesn't quite reach. But I do have a couple of ideas. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been getting up to. A lot of repetitive block placing. So I think next what we will probably do is work a little bit on the ceiling so that we can then kind of get that crossed off our list and then start adding in a little bit more detail around here. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to go and shave some trees. I do have some birch on me, but I kind of want to use oak in here. So I'm going to go and collect some of that, and I will bring you back in when I've done some progressing. See you in a second. Bye. Okay then, boys and girls, progress has been achieved. As you can see, I have put in all of the roof work. That is pretty much all done now, I think. Just waiting on some vines to grow so that I can chuck some string on the bottom of them to stop them growing. I think we are looking at this kind of height. I don't want it to come into the room too much, because otherwise it's going to lose that kind of open feel to it. What else have I been up to? Put in some redstone lamps. You'll recognise the design from the wool corridor back at the base. Been putting in some bushes and stuff, as well as... oh, the path. I did a path. I am desperately trying to like the path block. And I really don't think I do. But I am trying. And I think it's a lovely feature. It just might not be for me. The only thing that I have found a use for it is kind of dotting it in around the sides of this, just to kind of show that it has been walked over a little bit, kind of thing. And I suppose I do quite like the lighting change on it. I think that's actually quite nice. I just wish they didn't. Just wish they weren't square, which is a bit silly in this game. Putting these little torch pillars just so that the torches aren't on the ground kind of makes it feel a little bit more almost temple-y, you know, like they're ritualistic kind of things. I've tried to make them a little bit random in places so that it's not all perfect, and I think I've done okay there. There is the opportunity to put in some hidden lighting kind of under the bushes and stuff, but I don't think we're going to need it. I'll run F3 over it just to make sure that it's all lit up properly. But the next project is going to be a little bit redstone based, and it's going to involve that little hole there. But I didn't bring all of the stuff that I needed, so I've got to pop back to the base and grab a few bits. So I'm going to do that, and I will meet you back here when I've done it. Catch you in a second. Bye. Right then, everybody, we are back from the base. I've got I think I've got what I need. So I'm going to need a hopper and a dropper and a comparator. And this should actually be easy enough for me to do this on camera. So we need that into facing upwards, a hopper in the top of it. Then we need a non-stackable item and a stackable item. So this is going to be I think they're called a 2-bit randomizer. And let's just pop that there. And what this is going to do is we're going to link this up to a tripwire at the entrance to the portal here, so that people will walk through it, and then that will power this. We'll run a redstone line under the ground here. And what that will do is it will trigger that dropper, which will then shoot a random item up into the hopper. I think the non-stackable item does 1 power. No, the non-stackable item does 2 power, and the stackable item does 1 power, I believe. We can test that right now, actually. I'm just going to put another bit there, just so that we can definitely see. And give me the silly GUI button there. Can we put a button directly on the side of a dropper? We can. Right. So that's 1, 1. Ah, there we go. 3. 3. 3. Okay, right. This is good. This is very, very good. And then what we're going to do, let's see if I can actually pull this off. I can use cobble here, I think. Okay, and I think we can actually pull off. We can indeed. This is good. So I think what we'll do is we'll make this one the long one and this one the short one, which means we can just do that. We'll put that on 2 ticks, and then we can do that. I wonder if we could pull off. We can actually pull off a 3rd one here, as long as we use all the repeaters again. No, we can't. We've got to knock out this line here. But now I kind of want 3. Well, let's dig this out a bit more, and then we can have our 3. Yes. So we kind of built this in the wrong order completely. So we've got to make that all repeaters again. We can run that. Is that going to work? That might not actually work. Right. Can we see? Okay. Oh, that just extends a pulse, does it? Okay. Right, so we're actually going to have to knock that line out completely, it would seem. So that's going to... Right, so let's do that. And we will do that. So that is on a no tick delay. And we'll put that on like that, maybe? Okay, so that's not got anything. That's not got anything. Oh, no, it did. See, I want this to blink off and then blink on again. So how would we go about doing that? Let's get rid of that, because that's a bit confusing. So... Are we going to have to... I think we might have to use quick pulse systems here, which is a real shame. I didn't want to have to use them. Let me have a think. So that's not doing anything. Give me a pulse. Ah, see, that's going... Ah. Right. Okay. So maybe if we take it off that... Because that's not actually reaching that far. Oh. Right. Okay, I'm going to have to get my thinking cap on, which is not something I do well while recording. So I'm going to take a quick cut here, and I'll bring you back when I've got something sorted. Catch you in a second. So it would appear that I'm an idiot, and all I needed to do was space out my ticks a little bit further apart. Now, those of you who have been watching, you know that I'm not the best at redstone. So you know that this is janky as hell. I'm sure it can be compacted tenfold. In fact, I'm thinking about it now, and I know exactly how I would do it. But I haven't, and I'm not going to, because it works. What I'm going to do now, what I've done, sorry, is I've just run a little signal going down here just so that we can test it out and give it a little look. I think I still need to play with... Oh, here we go. Ooh. I think I still need to play with the timings. I think I want that last bit to come a little bit quicker, because everybody likes coming quickly. So let's flick those two down a tad, and we'll see what that does. So that's now not very many ticks. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3. I think we can probably go a little bit less, actually. I think if we flick it one more time, so that, then that should be perfect. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we like that. We like that a lot. Cool. Okay, well that's that done. So now what I'm going to need to do is run this line underneath here and hook it up to a tripwire system hidden somewhere across here. So I've got a bit of digging to do, so I'm going to do that. I'm not going to bring you along for the ride because it is boring. And I will bring you back in when it's all done, and we'll test it with the tripwire. Catch you guys in a second. Okay, so we're back. Everything is hooked up. Let's see if this will work on camera first time. Through the tripwire. No. Back through the tripwire. No. Back through the tripwire. No. Come on now, you're making me look silly. There we go. Yes. Yes. We like that. Well, I do anyway. Don't know what you think. If you don't like it, leave a comment down below telling me how crap I am. Right, so that is that done. I've been putting some string around in places to stop things growing. You can see a couple of bits there. They're pretty invisible unless you know where to look, so I'm happy about that. Still need to do quite a few more. I've got some string back at the base. But now we've got what will hopefully be the last project in here, and then we will all we will all be done, or we will be all done. One of them. Something will be done. And that actually means another trip back to the base, some resource gathering, and some more digging. So I'm going to get on with that, and I will bring you back in when I've got something to show for my thorough self. Catch you guys in a sec. And we are back, and as you can see on the right hand side of your screen, we've got a water drop. But it's a water drop for, you can just see them flicking down, for ender pearls. So what we got here is a constant stream. Got some hoppers under here. They feed back underground, and they go into an item elevator, same one as we made the other day in the base. That goes all the way up to a line of hoppers, which goes into a dropper. We got a little dropper clock like we did on top of the chicken farm, and that's just spitting out a constant stream of ender pearls. Because obviously this is where people are coming to get their ender pearls. So I thought it would be a nice little feature, little fun little thing there, just to put in. I'm going to try and slow the clock down on it a bit, just because it's... What happens is occasionally they shoot out too quickly and they all bunch up at the top and nothing actually gets dropped down here. You can see it's happening now. They're all bunching up at the top at the moment, and and that was a full stack that just went down. But yeah, so I'm going to have to slow that clock down just to make that do 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 do. But that looks like this room is pretty much finished. Still got to add some string to the vines. They're getting a bit long there. Don't really want that. Oh, do I want that? I don't know. Don't have any string on me at the moment, so that's something that I'm going to probably have to do off camera, because it's all boring work anyway. But yeah, pleased with that. Pleased with our little light fixture. Let's see if we can get it to go. Go on. One more time. One more time for the camera. Come on. Yay! Ooh. I quite like the fact that the reason that I put in the randomizer was because I didn't want it to happen every time, because then it would just get a little bit boring. Yeah, so that's that done. I think next episode we're going to work on this room a bit. This is going to be like the bedroom and storage room, for when people want to go and fight the Ender Dragon. So we're going to have plenty of beds, plenty of chests for everyone to put their items in. We'll put an ender chest in. Might put an enchanting station in. See if I can get a donation of bookshelves or something for that, as it's a public area. Because that's going to cost me a lot of leather otherwise. So yeah, that's that. If you remember last episode, we did the subscriber chest plates, putting on the armor stands and everything like that. There has been a couple of people subscribe since. As I mentioned in the video, I haven't been able to get your names yet. They haven't come through on my feed. I'll keep checking that, and hopefully we can get you into the next episode. If not, it will be the episode after. But trust me, I know you're there. Thank you very much for subscribing. It is much appreciated. But I think we're coming to the end of the video now. I can't think there's much more that I want to put in this one. It might be a bit shorter than usual, which ain't too bad, but I've got some extra work, extra paid normal work, to be going to tomorrow. So that's why this is a little bit short today. If you have enjoyed the video, or just like the look of this room, then please feel free to leave a like. If you don't want to miss the rest of the series, then hit that subscribe button. But thank you very much for watching the video, everyone. I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.